Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I'm so happy you're here. My name is Hannah and on this channel I post a ton of anti-MLM content. I have deep dives, I have horror stories, I have MLM top fails, I have Zoom calls that I've snuck into, all of those good things, and I have a massive anti-MLM playlist. I will link it right here. At this time there's almost 70 videos on it and it's growing every single week. If any of that kind of content sounds interesting to you, I do post at least 3 times a week. I would love it if you would consider subscribing, consider liking this video. All of those things really help out my channel and I appreciate you so much for doing that. For today, we have MLM Top Fails 39? I think it's 39, I'm pretty sure. And that in itself is completely mind-blowing to me. I rounded up a pretty good collection of the best videos and pictures and reels that were sent to me over the past week, so let's do it. This first video is of somebody in the MLM Prove It, honestly just displaying very odd behavior. Let's just watch it.
I just got a package delivered at the door. And it says it's from Prove It. And I was like, it's just an envelope, what could it be? I opened it up and it's this sweet manifestation journal with a handwritten card from our CEO, Brian Underwood, that says, "Thinking of you. You are strong alone, but together we're unstoppable." I don't know why he sent this to me, but it feels really fucking good to be seen and to know that I have such incredible people like this in my corner, especially somebody that I admire so much. You know, it's so nice to know that I'm more than just a number, that you're more than just a number when you're here. This is why Prove It is so special to me. It's more than just ketones. Yeah, those are fucking incredible, but it's shit right here, man.
This is completely unrelated, but Instagram needs to get much better at its censoring feature within its captions. Pretty much every single time somebody swears on an Instagram story, it bleeps it completely off of the word itself. What is the point? Aside from that, this is strange behavior. This is not normal. Why are we crying over a journal? Actually, funny enough, one of my channel members, Christy, we know Christy, we love Christy. She asked for my P.O. box address to send me a Christmas card, but she actually sent me like a little journal and little pens, and they're so cute and I use them every day. But I was not sobbing when I received a journal in the mail. Yes, I was grateful. Yes, I was excited. Yes, it was fun because I've never gotten anything in my P.O. box before that point. But by the way she's acting, I would have thought she got a check for like $1 million or something. The issue here is not that the CEO sent her something in the mail. It's a nice gesture, whatever. The issue is her disproportionate reaction to the situation and her instinct to sob for a video and post it for the world to see. And the first thing I thought of when I saw this is that my culty brainwash radar is going bananas right now. She clearly has the CEO of this MLM company kind of on this untouchable pedestal, and the fact that he sent her a journal in the mail is causing her to have this like over-the-top extreme emotional reaction where she's coming to the conclusions that like, I'm not just a number and this is so much more than ketones. Like, that's alarming. That's an alarming thought process to have when somebody just sends you something nice in the mail. I don't know the backstory of the situation. Like, was she thinking about quitting? Did that information get out? Is this a love bombing situation to try and convince her to stay? Like, I don't know what's going on. But I'm pretty familiar with Steve Hassan's BITE model of authoritarian control. This is basically a list of all the different characteristics that you should look for in a cult. I wrote down a few of the cult markers that came to mind as I was watching this. Manipulating one's feelings, extreme emotional highs and lows, the idea that happiness is not possible outside of the group, discouraging individualism when the note was saying you're strong alone but together we're unstoppable, using rewards to modify behavior, compartmentalizing spreading information into outsider versus insider doctrines. I mean, the list goes on and on. I will link Steve Hassan's bite model down below if you want to look at the full list for yourself. But the point is that at face value, this looks like someone who's very grateful for a gift that she received, and there's nothing inherently wrong with that. But once we start to consider what the gift is, a manifestation journal, who it's coming from, the CEO of an MLM, and the magnitude of her reaction, all of this feels really culty to me personally. And when I watch things like this, I can't help but just draw comparisons to what this would look like in a typical job setting. My background is in education. I have a master's in education. I'm a certified teacher, although I'm not teaching right now this year. But let's think of this situation in that context. Let's say that I'm a teacher and the superintendent gives me a journal. It's Teacher Appreciation Week or whatever, okay? Here's a journal, my gift to you. My first reaction would not to be to break down and sob and to go on social media and make this video about how much my job loves me and how strong my community at my school is and how it's more than just teaching, it's more than that, because that would be a disproportionate reaction to receiving a gift of this kind. But in the context of MLMs, they really do put the CEO up on like this high horse. They idolize this person. They owe everything to this person. Thank you for creating this company and this business opportunity where I can be my own boss. But things like manifestation, idolization, group thinking, a lack of individualism, all of those things are extremely prevalent in MLMs. And this is a perfect example of one of those things that sort of makes sense in the context of MLMs once you consider their thought processes, but it's very strange from an outsider's perspective, and you would never ever see this in a typical job setting. The next thing I have for you is from a Beachbody coach. The term coach is very loose in this situation. No certifications, no qualifications, but people who join Beachbody are called coaches. And in this clip, she's being very vague and kind of misleading about the information she's giving.
I'm sitting down at my computer doing a little bit of work, getting a new client signed up. I just want to show you guys exactly like what you get when you get a package, because a lot of people think that there's like a monthly fee associated with it or you have to pay per month. But when you sign up with me, you get access for an entire year, and it's a one-time fee of $160, and that gives you everything that you see for that price. So what that looks like is you get your access to all of the workouts online. You get your nutrition program to figure out which one you want to do and how to eat. You get, like, depending on the package you want, this one comes with collagen, the pre-workout I drink, and the hydrate, which is like a healthy Gatorade, a shaker cup, this little add-on, which is like a notebook, a quick start nutrition guide, tons of recipes in there, and 3 set of resistance bands, all for $160, you guys. That's cheaper than when I signed up.
Okay, a couple of issues. Issue number one is that she starts out this video being like, a big misconception that people have is that it's so expensive to sign up. And then she goes ahead and promotes a $160 package. I mean, that's not a small chunk of money, at least in my opinion. And as far as I could tell from the Beachbody website, this is not a starter pack to become a Beachbody coach and to run the business. My understanding is that this is one of their challenge packs, so you can kind of sign up and agree to do any variety of programs, and then you buy this product pack, which gives you access to the online Beachbody on demand. And like she explained, there was like a variety of different supplements and things like that. Kind of just like a bundle deal of products. You can think of it that way. And I don't know about you, but $160 is quite a lot of money for home workouts, especially in this day and age of fitness influencers and YouTube. I personally believe that you should never have to pay that much money for a home workout program. I have been working out to Heather Robertson's videos on YouTube for 2 years now, completely free. And let me tell you, I'm obsessed with Heather's workouts. I could talk about this all day long. I actually do have a video on my channel that I posted like almost 2 years ago about me doing her 12-week workout program on YouTube. And right now she came out with the 12-week program 2.0. So I'm doing like the second version, the more advanced version currently. But she has videos for every single type of workout style, all different lengths, all different muscle groups. She has strength workouts. She has cardio workouts. She has Pilates. She has yoga. She has equipment. She has no equipment. She has circuit training. She has no repeats. Like, there is literally everything you could ever want on that channel for free. I get very passionate about it because I love Heather and I love her workouts, and I feel like I am forever indebted to her for the hundreds of hours of endorphins and great workouts that I've gotten for free. But she's not the only one, okay? There's like Pop Sugar Fitness, MadFit, Sydney Cummings. Literally type in any kind of workout into the YouTube search bar and there will be hundreds of free videos for you. You do not need to pay $160 to get access to workout videos. And yes, there are other things included in this product pack. She said like a blender bottle and some supplements, which I can guarantee you can also find those things for less than $160. The second issue is that she keeps calling this a one-time fee. However, it's not a one-time fee because it only gives you access to Beachbody On Demand for 1 year. It's not a one-time fee if you have to pay it again next year. It's not a one-time fee if it only gives you 1 month worth of supplements that you're gonna have to continue to buy for 11 more months. It's completely the opposite, actually, okay? The definition of a one-time fee is you pay it and then you own it. You never pay it again. The only money that I've spent as far as fitness goes is my set of dumbbells, and that's because personally I really like strength style workouts. But you know what? I spent the money, I own the dumbbells, I don't have to pay the same amount of money next year to keep using the dumbbells. So the language of one-time fee is extremely misleading because it's not true. And what's sad is some people might watch this and they might not realize that as she's talking. And people might message her and they might inquire about buying this product pack only to find out later that it's a recurring fee and they'll have to keep paying it again and again if they want to keep using it. This is misinformation at its finest. The next thing I have for you, this is a photo of Dre. I'm not gonna blur her face because at this point we all know who Dre is. She's been talked about on pretty much every anti-MLM channel. The things that she says are very problematic, but if you're not familiar with who Dre is, she is part of the WFAB team. This was a really big team in Monate who has since picked up and moved to a cryptocurrency MLM called iGenius. It's a dumpster fire. I'm keeping very close tabs on it so that hopefully I can make a really in-depth video in the future as this kind of pans out over the coming months. Somebody sent me this photo and she put on her Instagram story, going to get back to as many people as I can tomorrow. I've never had so many people interested in working with me in my life. Crypto is the future. It's insane. I'm so grateful. Can't wait to help you change your future. And I wanted to show you this photo for a few reasons. The first reason is that if you see somebody in an MLM making these kinds of claims about how flooded their inbox is, or how many inquiries they're getting, or they're working through it to get back to you, or in any way trying to give the impression that they are just overwhelmed with interest in their company, don't believe it. It's a fallacy. It's all fake. It's a very intentional tactic that people in MLMs are specifically trained on to try and create this sense of urgency or fear of missing out on a great opportunity in order to make other people like me looking at this photo think, wow, everyone else seems to be really interested in this opportunity. I don't want to miss out. Maybe I'll message her. Maybe I'll get in on it too. Just remember that if people really had that much interest in their MLMs, they wouldn't be dedicating so much of their time and energy to continually trying to stir up interest. And if it was really true that her inbox was flooded, where's the screenshots? Where's the receipts? You getting on your story and telling me that you're flooded with messages does not prove to me that you're flooded with messages. Basically, if these people had the proof of what they're claiming, they would show the proof. But being in an MLM is kind of like a masterclass in deceit. There are so many strategies to make it falsely appear like you are way more successful than you are. And the second thing I wanted to point out is that she's pretty consistent about displaying this narrative that crypto is the future and you really want to get in on it now. Honestly, this is a pretty typical thing to see from MLM reps from all different companies. They're always trying to convince you that the perfect time to join is right this instant. But in the case of iGenius, the product that they are selling are like training courses on how to trade cryptocurrency. And that's a pretty challenging product to try and sell. I would argue that's much more difficult to sell than essential oils or shampoo or supplements like most other MLMs. In preparation for this video, I just Googled crypto market. And here's the top news articles that came up. Things aren't looking great right now. Now, admittedly, I know next to nothing about crypto and trading, but let's say that she came to my DMs today and she was pitching this cryptocurrency MLM, and all I did was Google what the heck cryptocurrency is because I have no idea. And this is what comes up first. The contents of these articles are complete gibberish to me, but I'm seeing things like crypto crash and cryptocurrencies tumble. And this definitely does not give me the the impression that things are going very well, even if I don't read the articles, even if I don't know what cryptocurrencies are, even if I don't know what iGenius is. A 5-second Google search tells me everything I need to know and that this is not a stable industry to be getting involved in right now. And that's not even an MLM issue. I could be very pro MLM and I would still feel like I needed to stay far, far away from iGenius. In my opinion, taking one of the top teams from Mon8 and switching them over to a cryptocurrency MLM was a very, very poor decision, and I think that we're going to see the after effects of that here real soon. And the final thing I wanted to say is that the timestamp on this photo says 11:52 p.m. and she says almost done for the day, which in my opinion is just promoting the toxic hustle culture that's so prevalent in MLMs, where the expectation is that you have to be working at all hours of the day if you're going to expect to see any results out of it, and if you're going to have a shot at success. It's a very fascinating contradiction that I see a lot, where the same people that are telling you that this opportunity will give you time freedom are also the people that are posting about working until midnight. They say one thing and then they do another, and like I said, it's a masterclass in deceit. Okay, next up, another well-known character. So I'm not gonna blur her face, because what's the point? You already know who she is. This is Jessie Lee Ward, also known as Boss Lee, who was super high up in the MLM Prove It, and she's also a self-proclaimed network marketing guru. And this is a TikTok she made responding to a comment, and the comment said, "Someone with a degree in data and statistics. What's the actual median income of MLM? Sure, you might make decent money, but not everyone is you." And here's her very classy response to that.
Girl, what is your point? Did you need a degree in data and statistics to know that you stumbled upon #1 in the entire world in network marketing? Of course I'm not like anybody else. That's why I get to teach and train the entire profession on how to make money. You should follow me. Sounds like something you might need.
Nice. We love to see it. Super toxic language, super volatile attitude. And personally, I don't think that person's comment warranted such a nasty response. The comment was simply just saying, hey, I'm a numbers-oriented person. Can you tell me what the median annual income is for this industry or for your company? Because I'm just curious if everybody makes the kind of money that you're claiming to make. And did Jessie Lee answer her question? No. She fired back personal attacks instead. Being upfront and answering the question directly isn't really an option, because if she did, she would have to say that the median annual income of Prove It promoters is exactly $0. And obviously, if we share the company's self-reported numbers, it shows us how horrendous the opportunity really is, and we can't have that. So her only option was to be condescending and nasty. That's the only defense that she has. And the best part about all of this is that the person was sort of like, we know you're rich, but what about everyone else? And Jessie Lee's response was, I'm at the top and I'm really rich. It's like, ma'am, we know this. That's what we're saying too. We know you're rich. What about everyone else? She's just totally missing the point, taking it so personally. And if that doesn't show you how much of a scam Prove It is, I don't know what else to show you. Cooper came to join the party. Hello. Cooper knows that we needed a palate cleanser after that last clip. This next one is a reel. This is from a Young Living rep. The audio is the one that goes, 1, nothing wrong with me, 2, nothing wrong with me. And it's saying, how much do you love Young Living? As she's stacking box on top of box on top of box of Young Living products. I think it's pretty obvious that the boxes are empty when she's filming this video, but still, those were orders she had to place at one point. Do you remember this reel from MLM Top Fails 35, where we counted how many bottles of oils we saw and calculated and estimated the cost of all of them? Yep, same woman. And I know that she's posting these reels all in good fun, but honestly, it's still pretty concerning. She's claiming to be in the diamond rank of the company, which has a 100 personal volume quota every month. And what does personal volume mean in Young Living, you ask? PV is the total volume of an individual's personal purchases. The ranks of silver and above have a monthly requirement of 100 PV for rank and commission qualification. In other words, if you are of the ranks silver and above, you have to be spending at least $100 every single month if you want to be eligible to keep your rank and to receive your commissions. Let me be clear about one thing, which is that if you are an MLM representative, you are a glorified customer. The goal of these companies is not to sell a quality product to an end consumer. It's to structure the compensation plan in such a way that the company can still make money even if if they're only selling to their distributors. In other words, most of the money within this company moves internally within the pyramid because the consultants pay the company a bunch of money to remain active. Then the company pays them back in the form of commissions. Then they turn around and they spend that money back on the company to remain active again. In my opinion, Young Living especially is a money-making scheme. This is not a legitimate company providing a desirable product to an end consumer based on the law of supply and demand. It appears to me that most of the products sold from Young Living go directly to its consumers because they are purchasing their ranks and purchasing their qualifications. And here's the real question. Essential oils are this big. What on earth did she buy that requires boxes this big? I could be wrong, but I think the largest product that Young Living sells dimension-wise is probably their diffusers, but still, one diffuser could probably fit into that top box. What were these bottom boxes filled with? That is what I need to know. What volume of product was she ordering at one time that required boxes this large? And this is extra concerning to me because Young Living reps don't hold inventory. And what I mean by that is if they make a sale to a customer, it's because that customer went to the website and they purchased it directly from the company's warehouse. The company just ships it directly to the customer. So what is she doing purchasing a volume of product this large? I have so many questions. Up next is another reel, and this one says, can we normalize supporting small businesses? Specificity network marketing businesses. Obviously she meant specifically network marketing businesses. Social selling is where it's at these days. When it's done in a professional way and no one is cold messaging you 50 times a day, there's nothing wrong with it. In fact, if you do it, it's something to be proud of. Geez. Okay, this one really breaks my heart because based on her profile, I think she's very recently joined Monat. She's at the very bottom rank and she's just sipping the Kool-Aid. In other words, she has not personally seen any financial benefit yet, but her being there is financially benefiting other people. Here's one issue. Can we normalize supporting small businesses, specifically network marketing businesses? No, because network marketing companies are not small businesses. Yes, of course, let's normalize supporting small businesses, but MLMs are not included in that category. These companies are actually massive corporations that you pay into to be a salesperson and a recruiter for in the hopes that you can find success being a very good salesperson and a very good recruiter. So you can potentially make it to the top of the compensation plan where people are actually paid a livable wage. In simpler terms, you are paying into a business opportunity. You are not starting a small business. We know this. Preaching to the choir here. You've created nothing. You own the rights to nothing. You have control over nothing. You hold no power in that corporation's decisions. And it's apparent to me, based on how she's phrasing the text in this reel, that there's a good chance that she genuinely has no idea of the nuances of the industry she just joined. It's coming off like she has the base understanding that there are people out there that don't really like MLMs, but she thinks that that's only because of cold messaging and spammy things like that. And it's like, ooh, girl, you don't even know the half of it. Honestly, cold messaging is like the least of my concerns with this industry. Even if people stop cold messaging altogether, there would still be a slew of problems, and it's most definitely not something to be proud of to be involved in. This feels very much to me like she's brand new, she's regurgitating things that she's heard from somebody in her upline, and I hope so badly that she's not in it for long. Please get out soon before you lose even more money. The next thing I have for you is a doTERRA rep, and she's telling us about a new incentive that she's running for the month of January.
With you guys for a minute about the incentive that I'm offering this month for anyone who joins my doTERRA fam. I don't do an incentive every month, but I wanted to just kind of kick off the new year this way. At this point, I have a pretty good stash of oils, and so I'm like, I'm gonna give some away.
I mean, she's pretty clear about it already in this video that she has a huge stash of product and oils, and she's trying to incentivize people to join her team, and she's going to give them a bunch of free product if they do that. The primary problem here is that it's showcasing how MLM reps sometimes feel like they have to sweeten the deal a little bit, and that they have to incentivize people to convince them to join because the opportunity isn't great on its own. It's like, I know that you've taken a look at what this opportunity offers and you're not very convinced, but maybe you would be convinced if I threw in some free stuff. It's showing that maybe she's having a hard time getting people to join her team, which is an integral part of rising in the ranks and making money in these schemes. It's essential that she keeps signing people up so that she can continue to grow her team. But my assumption is that she's either having a slow month or maybe she's going for a higher rank, so she's trying to use free oils as an incentive.
So anyone who decides to get started with me as your guide, you get to join my community. We have exclusive classes. I send out a welcome email with like PDFs and guides and links and everything you need to get started. And then I also have a text service where you can basically ask me questions and I am here to support you. So anyone who joins with the Home Essentials kit, which is my favorite kit and I think just like the best bang for your buck, gets you everything you need to get going, will get $50, like a $50 grab bag from me. So I'm just gonna go through and like pick some of my favorites and bag them up for you guys and send them out. I have lots of good oils. So yeah, anyone who joins my team this month with that kit, I will send you some goodies, some freebies. I have a lot of, like I said, a lot of really good oils in here.
It's clear that she has quite the collection of excess product, but it is worth mentioning that doTERRA has, I think it's called like their loyalty rewards program, where you accumulate points on your orders and then you can redeem those points for products. So it's not clear if she outright purchased this stuff to hit PV requirements or whatever, or if these are things that she has redeemed based on her previous points that she's accumulated. But either way, we know she spent a lot of her personal money in order to have an entire basket of product that she doesn't even need and doesn't even use, and that's very problematic. This is a great visual representation of how you get caught in this money pit when you join an MLM, where you're making some money from the MLM, but it's going directly back into the company to purchase products and hit ranks. And it's not until you get to those higher ranks that you're actually making more money from the company than you're putting in yourself, and that's how people get put into a deficit and they lose money.
So that's what I'm doing this month. If you have any questions, let me know. I will share the link next for you to join, and this will run through the month of January. And I'm excited to welcome you. Okay, last thing, the kits include your membership. It's normally $35 to join, but if you join with a kit, then that's basically waived. And then after that, it's $25 a year to renew. It's not required, but obviously recommended. And $25, and they send you a free bottle of peppermint, which is $21. So it's basically $4 in a bottle of peppermint. And there's no like minimums or requirements. It's just kind of like a Costco membership. You get access to wholesale pricing, and then you can order as much or as little as you want.
Oh, no. Do not disrespect Costco like that. What we're seeing here is the manipulation of language to masquerade what's really going on. She's using terminology like membership and wholesale pricing. And those are terms that the company uses too, but that's not what's going on here. I'm going to take you down a little tangent, okay? Hang with me. MLM products are intentionally, unreasonably overpriced to give you the impression that you're getting a good deal when you sign up as a distributor. Let's take the frankincense essential oil, for example. Here's 5 non-MLM frankincense oils ranging in price from $9 to $28. This is a pretty typical price range across the board. I just Googled frankincense essential oil and I went to the shop tab. And I think it's safe to say that the market price for this oil, in other words, what a consumer is willing to pay, is somewhere in the $10 to $20 range. It's also very important to know that all these bottles are about the same size. The first 4 are all 10 milliliters and the most expensive one, the $28 one, that's 15 milliliters. But when we look at doTERRA, they claim that a 15 milliliter bottle of their frankincense oil is $90. And the claim that it's more expensive because it's of a higher quality is a fallacy. There's no evidence to back that up, so don't even go there. Remember that companies who sell a product, they hold the power to price that product at whatever they feel like. Most companies make the strategic decision to price their product competitively because if they price theirs way higher than what everyone else is selling it for, no one's going to buy theirs and they're going to go buy the cheaper ones. That's just basic economics 101. But in this case, doTERRA feels like pricing their oil 350% more than the market price. And I think this is for 2 reasons. Reason number 1 is they want their distributors to feel like they're getting a good deal. So they're just going to say, it's worth $90. That's our retail price and you are going to get it for $68 when you sign up. doTERRA's not expecting to sell that oil for $90, absolutely not. They're expecting to sell it for $68. But if they say that the retail was $90, that makes you feel pretty good, like you're getting a good discount. Think of it this way. Let's say you find a really cute shirt in the store. Are you going to be more compelled to buy that shirt if the tag says that it's retailed full price at $30 right now? Or are you going to be more compelled to purchase it if the tag says it was $60 but now it's on sale for $30? This is the exact strategy that MLMs use to get their distributors to be the main customers. It's still going to be a $68 oil, which is 3 times more than what all the other brands are selling it for, but they've convinced you that you're getting it for a really good price because now you're a distributor. Reason number 2 why these things are so expensive is because they're sold through an MLM business model, where multiple levels of people are getting paid out a commission on the sale of that product, so the company needs to account for that as well, and they need to price it way higher than the market price because it's not being sold direct to consumer. There's a lot of different people that they're giving a piece of that pie to. So going back to the Costco example, yes, you do pay an annual membership fee to be able to go into Costco and to shop there, but that's because you're paying a fee to be able to have access to purchase things cheaper than you can find them anywhere else on the market. And there does come a point within that membership where it pays for itself. But in doTERRA, you're paying all of this money to the company to still pay more money to buy the oils than you would if you bought them from a non-MLM brand. It's not at all the same thing.
These are such great tools that I have had in my home for over 7 years now and love and use every single day. So if you're interested in getting started, this is a good deal. And the kit is already discounted. I think the savings is over $100 on this particular kit. Yeah, that's it. If you have questions, let me know. Hopefully that covers most of it. I will share the link next.
So she said she's been in doTERRA for a long time. I think she said 7 years, which made me curious about what rank she's at. I was able to find out that she is at the diamond rank, which is ranked 10 out of 12, which means that she's in the top 1%. What is somebody in the top 1% of the company doing on their Instagram story trying to incentivize people to sign up? You would think that if you were at the top of the company, you would be sitting back, reaping the rewards of your years of hard work. You've made it to the top. You have the financial freedom. You have all the money you could ever want. And you would think that you wouldn't need to go on your Instagram story anymore and try and bribe people to sign up for the business opportunity. This tells me a lot about what life looks like at the top 1% of these companies. And this is even the first time I've seen it. I think it was the very last Top Fails video I did, where there was somebody in the top 1% of Arbonne literally begging people to sign up because she was trying desperately to hit the requirements to go on this like incentive trip to Cancun or something. So the story is the same no matter which MLM you're in, apparently. Even when you make it to the top, even when you think you have made it, you've done all the hard work, you get to sit back and relax, make all of this residual income based on your team, it's not true at all. And this is really pulling the curtain back to show us that. And the last thing I wanted to say about this clip is that I'm not sure what the significance is of her pushing the home essentials kit in particular. I think she said it multiple times throughout this clip that she was like, if you join my team with the home essentials kit, I will give you free product. And I'm a little bit confused because that's not even the most expensive product pack. And I have not done a deep dive into doTERRA's compensation plan. And so I'm not sure if there's like different commissions that they get based on which product pack someone buys. I'm not sure. If you know the answer to that, I would love for you to let me know in the comments. I was hoping to kind of debunk this, but I'm not sure how. I don't know what the significance is about people buying that specific starter kit. This reel is from a Savvy rep. Savvy is an activewear MLM, and the best way I can describe it is wannabe Lululemon. And her reel says, I like systems that duplicate, so my team makes money monetizing their clothes. And I feel like there's numerous things wrong with this one. I have a lot of thoughts. First of all, let's debunk this idea of systems that duplicate, because I've seen this misinformation floating around a lot amongst the MLM huns recently. And what they're trying to say is my team has systems, or this business has systems, and when you join, we are going to give you the step-by-step instructions to be successful. And what this usually translates into is there's team calls, there's Zoom calls, there's the top earners in the company getting on there and telling you all of their secrets and all the steps they took to get where they are. And everybody on the call takes notes and they try to emulate those exact steps because this is something you can duplicate. If she did it, I can do it. The systems that they usually talk about are like how to pitch to people, how many times to post on Instagram per week, how to make an engaging reel, how to make make Instagram stories that people will click on and engage with, so it gives you a way to slide into their DMs, how to market the products, all of these things. But here's the problem. A person's success in an MLM doesn't have anything to do with knowing the secret systems and how to execute them. As we know, it's mostly about numbers and a little bit of luck. You don't make money in these things if you don't sell the product or recruit people, and if you can't find people to buy something from you or to join you, you don't make any money. It is not as simple as do this thing and you will get this outcome, because you can't make people say yes. You can't make people buy something. You can't make them sign up for the business. So what it really comes down to are, here are the steps that you can take to reach as many people as possible to increase your likelihood of finding someone to say yes, but there's no guarantee. And I always put it this way. Let's say a savvy rep, the top earner in the company, the tippy top person, she tells me exactly what to do and how to get there, and I duplicate it to a T. I copy and paste every single detail, every single strategy, but you know what? Everyone I come across could still shoot me down, and therefore the systems wouldn't work for me. The second weird thing about this reel is the phrase monetizing their clothes. I feel like I'm even gonna confuse myself here, so hang with me. This phrasing kind of throws me off, because when I think of monetizing your own clothes, I think of taking this shirt off my back, going and selling it on Poshmark and making money from it. Like, these are my clothes, I'm monetizing them, I am selling them, and I am making money. But you could also make the argument that me sending you a link for this and me getting a small commission, I guess that could be monetizing my clothes too. And I'm assuming that that's more in the realm of what she means about people monetizing their clothes, because she's a savvy rep, she talks about savvy, and she makes a commission if you buy savvy. But here's my question. Would you own savvy clothing if you weren't also trying to sell savvy clothing? Would you have bought it if you weren't a rep? Maybe, but I'm inclined to say probably not. Savvy activewear is so expensive. We are talking like $100 jackets, $80 leggings, and I personally feel like that's more than I would be willing to spend on activewear, especially considering that pretty much every brand has an activewear line at all different price points. And if I was looking to spend that kind of money, I would take myself to Lululemon, because their quality is unmatched, their performance return policy is outstanding, and it's not an MLM. So maybe I'm just getting really nitpicky about this phrasing here, but it's like you're not just monetizing things that you use in your everyday life. You intentionally purchase these clothes to be able to try and monetize them. Am I making any sense here? Like, those would not even be your clothes if you weren't trying to make a business out of those being your clothes. She's almost giving like this influencer marketing vibe to it, like people are just monetizing what they already own, and that's not true. The phrasing is a little bit misleading, and I feel like it would be less misleading if she would just come right out and say, my team makes money by selling activewear on social media, not my team makes money by monetizing what they wear. And the last thing I have to show you for this video is just like a little bonus at the end. Somebody sent me these screenshots because they follow a Zaya activewear rep on social media. Savvy activewear, Zaya activewear. I need to get into both of those. I have deep dives planned for those in the future. But this Zaya rep posted on her story and says, the anti-bucket list, what is something you'll never do again? Tell me, I'd love to know. I'm not sure if I'll ever skydive again. And the person who sent me these screenshots responded to this Zaya rep's question box, and she said, I will never join an MLM again, especially not Zaya Active. So funny, so good. And what's so ironic about this is that people who are in MLMs, they love creating polls, they love creating question boxes, and they love to tailor what they're asking to the business opportunity. So I'm sure her entire strategy behind posting something like this was to get people in her inbox responding to the question, so she can hopefully use those responses against those people to try and recruit them or sell them something. And I'm getting such a kick out of the fact that you took that opportunity to let her know, I will never join an MLM again. That's what I'm gonna do. And that is everything I have to show you for this MLM Top Fails video. Of course, before we go, we have a comment shout out. This was a comment I got on the video that I posted of a Lime Life rep absolutely losing her mind at anti-MLM people. It was like a 30-minute toxic manipulation rant. And this person commented, if a loved one posted something like this, I would stage an intervention. And I agree, because those behaviors are very concerning. And if a loved one was acting this way, I would check in on them too. And with that, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you, and I will see you in my next one real soon.